again. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I hope you're enjoying all of the tutorials and videos that I'm putting out for you. I'm actually very much enjoying doing them. So today I've decided to do a makeup tutorial. I've been asked for many years to do one, and to be honest, I've kind of been afraid to. I was terrified, well, still am kind of terrified to show the world what I look like without makeup. I have created this look and this persona for many years, and I did not want to ruin that by showing the world what I looked like without makeup. I've always felt like I look like a 12-year-old boy without makeup. I felt that makeup was definitely made and invented for someone like me. I feel like it transforms me so drastically, and I really just did not want to put that out there with with what I looked like without it. But with that said, I'm doing it, and you know what? I turned 44 this year, so who cares, right? So I hope you enjoy it. It is just a general, typical, everyday makeup look that I do. This is it. You can use this for a late 1930s, 40s type makeup. I don't do cat eye. I haven't in a very long time. So I do try to stick within that 1930s, kind of late 1930s, 1940s style. I do a very, minimal eyeliner, and I really didn't feel like I did anything special, which is another reason why I didn't do a makeup tutorial. I didn't feel like I could be lending anything different than what was already out there. But I was asked, and I'm happy to do, what you guys suggest. I want to make content that is going to be useful and entertaining and informative for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Please comment below if you do have any questions. You can reach me on my blog, chronically-overdressed.com, or you can reach me on Instagram, which is _Glambassador. It's a lot of dashes and underscores. So you can reach me there, you can reach me here, ask me questions. I'm happy to answer them. And again, thanks so much for watching my videos, and I hope you enjoy. So here are the products that I'm using today. I use a lot of products from Glow Skin Beauty and also from MAC. So to start off with, I use the mattifying primer from Glow Skin Beauty and the satin cream foundation in the color Natural Fair. And then I'll use the press base also in Natural Fair, the MAC Sheer Tone blush in the color Blush Baby, Glow Skin Beauty blush in Sweet, the Besame Cosmetics Brightening Violet Powder, and the Hydration Mist from Glow Skin Beauty. My eye products are my MAC eyeshadows in Nylon, Blanc Type, and Kid. Unfortunately, Kid is discontinued, so I'm going to have to find a new color that I love. For my eyeliner, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Lacquer Liner in Espresso. I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof Mascara in Carbon Black. And for my brows, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Brow Wiz Brow Definer, and Brow Powder, all in the color Chocolate. And for my lips, I use MAC Cosmetics. The lip liner is Brick, and my lipstick is Russian Red. Hello. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to put on my foundation. I've already put on my mattifying primer. So here I'm using the Satin Cream Foundation from Glow Skin Beauty. It is actually a mineral foundation, and I have been using this foundation and pressed powder for probably, I don't know, over 10 years now. I was introduced to it by a dermatologist and plastic surgeon, and it is a absolutely wonderful skin product. I feel like it's skin care as well as makeup, and I really like their products. I used them and sold them in my spa in Baltimore, and they are just absolutely wonderful. So they're filled with vitamins. It's good, gives really good coverage. It's kind of hard to tell in this video, but I do have freckles. I grew up in San Diego and was kind of a beach baby, so I have had a lot of freckles. I've definitely since I got smart and started to wear sunscreen all the time, they have started to fade a little bit, but I do have some, so I like to cover them up pretty good. I am using a sponge, as you can tell, and this is actually a new thing for me. It's probably in the last year or so, and I really do like the coverage. I was a firm believer in using a foundation brush, which I still use on my clients. I would never use a sponge on my clients, but I have about 6 sponges, so I, I wash them very regularly and I change them out quite often. And yes, I do bring my foundation all the way down my neck, sometimes onto my chest, depending on if I've gotten a little sun. Now that I live in Hawaii, that just kind of happens naturally. So as you can see, the foundation is a really good coverage. It does not feel heavy. It's actually hydrolyphic, so it's actually water loving. So if you do tend to sweat at all, this makeup does not run, especially when it's paired with the pressed powder. So that will be coming next. The pressed powder is not translucent. It does have a color. However, it is still a pretty light coverage, and I do use this as my powder. It sets the makeup, it sets the foundation, and the foundation, since it is a cream foundation, does give a little bit of a dewy look. So if you like to have that, then I would just use a translucent powder. But I do like a matte finish. I find that it's definitely more of a vintage look with the matte finish. My skin is naturally oily and combination, so I do kind of fight that dewy look naturally. So the powder really helps with that. And this is also a mineral makeup, so I am getting some sun protection. It's very healthy for the skin. It's talc free, which is very different from a lot of the other mineral makeups, so it doesn't clog your pores, and it's amazing. This is also the Glow Skin Beauty. And now for the Besame Brightening Violet Powder. I don't use this all the time, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. I use a very large face brush, and I just kind of tap it on around my upper cheeks, and I'll keep a little bit on the brush. You'll see throughout the routine that I kind of use this brush just to wipe away any excess eyeshadow or powder that's come on, but I really do like this brightening powder a lot, and it smells amazing, of course. And this is my first blush. I use this as a quasi contour. I don't contour, but as you can tell, I have a very round face, so I do try to enhance my cheekbones a little bit just to give a little bit more definition. And I prefer to use that as a blush rather than a bronzer, since I am so fair. I like using the blush instead. And of course, you have to do this lovely little fish face when you're doing your contour. And then the Glow Minerals, or the Glow Skin Beauty, sorry, they changed their name. Glow Skin Beauty has these beautiful blushes. This one is called Sweet, and it is just a really nice kind of pinkish, peachish color with just a slight shimmer to it. It's actually very reminiscent of NARS Orgasm, but I do like this better. And I just put that on the apples of my cheeks just to give a little bit of shimmer there. Not big on glitter or a lot of shimmer, but in the right places, I like it. So again, this is just to kind of blend everything in, make sure any excess hasn't fallen on my cheeks. And this is the hydration mist. This is actually the key to the Glow Skin Beauty regimen. It's, like I said, the products are water loving. So this is infused with essential oils and vitamins, and so it actually really does set the makeup. You can use it without, especially the cream foundation, but the pressed base really has to have this this hydration mist. And you can use this throughout the day as well, just to kind of brighten up your makeup if you need to. And these are my, well, I've got 4 in there, but I really only use 3. So the first color is Nylon, and this is just going to go onto my eyelid. This does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's kind of a beige, not beige, it's an ivory. It's an ivory shimmer. And I like to have a little bit of brightness on my eyelids. I don't have deep set eyes or anything, but I don't know, I really like the way it looks. So I'll do the Nylon just over my eyelids. And then I'll use the Blanc type, which is it's a matte ivory. It's kind of a light ivory, and I'll bring that all the way up to my brow bone, and I'll use that later on to just to kind of blend everything together. But if you're super fair like me, this will barely show up, but it does just kind of blend everything else together really nicely. And now my beloved Kid. When I heard that this was going to be discontinued, I went around to all of the MAC stores in my area and I bought every single one. So it has actually been discontinued for probably 3 years, and I still have, I would say, probably 6 of these palettes left. So I'm good for a little while, but I know I definitely need to find a replacement. It's just such a perfect color. It's a little bit brown, it's a little bit peachy. Wedge is another favorite of mine, but I do find that to be a little bit browner than I like. This just has just a beautiful tone to it, and I'm really sad that it eventually will be gone and I won't be able to get any more. So if you know of any dupes for Kid from MAC, please let me know. I would be eternally grateful. So here I just do it right in the crease and just blend it on up, and then I use the Blanc type again just to kind of blend everything together, and a little bit more of the Nylon just on the lids. And again, I'm just brushing away anything that has fallen on my face. And now for my liner. This has been an absolute dream to find. This gel liner in particular, this infallible lacquer liner. One pot lasts me probably over a year, easily. You don't need a whole lot. The brush that comes with it in the package is absolutely amazing. It's very small, it's compact, the bristles are fantastic, which normally in a drugstore packaging you don't get such a good brush, but I really do like this. So I take my just a little bit on the brush and I just gently go right along my lash line. I don't like to use too much liner, especially if it's just an everyday look. I'll go a little bit thicker if I'm doing a more glam look, but for everyday, this works for me. And then once the bulk of that liner is just along the lash line, I'll take the brush and kind of brush it up into my lashes. I'm sure you guys know what tight lining is, and that's basically what I'm doing here is I'm filling in those gaps between the waterline and my lashes, and that just fills everything in a little bit more. It creates more of a cohesive look. My lashes grow straight out. They don't have any curl to them whatsoever. So I do need to curl them with a lash curler, and I find that it actually opens my eyes a little bit more when I do this under, within the lashes. It kind of fills everything in a little bit better. So as you can see, it's just a very small line. I'm going in really small sections. And it's not a lot of liner. It's just enough to kind of open the eyes a little bit. And I prefer actually the brown, the espresso color than to black. They also have a slate color, which is absolutely gorgeous, which is a little bit lighter. And I'll use that occasionally as well. And now onto my brows. So you might think it's kind of crazy to use 3 different products for my brows, and you are probably correct. However, especially since you can actually see my brows really well, I actually tinted them last night and waxed them, so the shape is really great. And by the way, I am an esthetician, so please don't wax your brows at home. I am a trained professional. But I like a very strong brow. That's just the way that I like it. So I define the brow with the Brow Wiz, which is a smaller pencil. So I basically outline with the Brow Wiz, and then I take this brow definer and I fill in the rest of it. And I could stop there. That's perfectly fine, especially for just a day look. It's absolutely fine. But I do like to go over it with a brow powder. I feel like that softens things up a little bit. I, again, am from Southern California, and the Sharpie eyebrow was a really big thing when I was growing up in the early 90s. And so I know I don't like that sharp look. I like a little bit of softness to it. And I feel like the brow powder adds some softness to it. But it is completely up to you. You certainly don't have to use 3 different products. But I'm using the lighter color here because I've recently colored my hair lighter. So I just go in and define it just a little bit more with the brow powder and soften it up a bit. And of course, I will do the same thing on the other side. So I will take this time to talk to you a little bit about brows. Of course, I am an esthetician and a makeup artist, and I really do highly recommend going to see a professional to get your brows shaped, even if you do it one time. It will give you an idea of what you can achieve. Once they're shaped properly and professionally, you can pretty much do that maintenance from home. You just need a pair of tweezers, and you really just need to tweeze very lightly. You don't need a whole lot. I mean, of course, I had clients who would see me every 2 weeks regularly because they just didn't want to have to do the maintenance themselves, which is perfectly fine. But if you're just not one to do that on a regular basis, go see a professional, get them shaped, talk to them about what the best shape is for your brows. The more natural, the better. But they can really help you with that. And then you can continue on with the maintenance at home and maybe only see your esthetician, every 6 months or so. But if you want to see them more regular for facials, I do highly recommend that as well. So here I'm just going just underneath the brows with a little bit of the Blanc type again, just to clean everything up. And now my trusty Shuyamura eyelash curler and my absolute favorite mascara. I have tried so many different mascaras, mostly off of recommendations. Other people think that it's fantastic, and I always, always, always go back to this mascara. As I said before, my eyelashes grow directly straight out, so they have zero curl to them whatsoever. Anytime you curl your lashes, and you have straight lashes like myself, you really do need a waterproof mascara that is going to keep them essentially in that curled position. You can go get a lash lift. I have not done that yet. I'm actually considering doing it. Well, now I'm not, because we can't go anywhere. But eventually I might just go ahead and do that. You can also get your lashes tinted, which I love. I loved having my lashes tinted. It's great for those days that you don't want to put a lot of makeup on. So I don't tint my own lashes at home because it is very difficult. So I do tint my brows when I wax them, but I don't do my lashes. But if you want to do that, talk to your esthetician and see if they offer that service. It is really fantastic. It'll make a huge difference for you. And now for the lips. This is my standard go-to lip color. This is Brick lip liner from MAC. It is a beautiful deep red. It is a true red color. And I actually use this lip liner for a lot of different colors, but my absolute favorite go-to is this Brick red lip liner and Russian red lipstick. Russian red, again, is a really nice, beautiful, deep, true red color. It's more of a blue-based red, and I do tend to look better in the blue-based reds than the orange-based, depending on what I'm wearing. And I do struggle sometimes with my lip shape. For some reason, I'll do my lips and then I'll look in the mirror and I'll notice that one side is just completely wonky. So take your time with it. I don't like to go outside of my lip line as often. I think it looks weird and it tends to smudge on me much faster than if I were to just do it within my actual lip line. And now for the Russian red. My absolute favorite color. I will revolt completely if they ever decide to discontinue this color. This is my signature color. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it goes with everything, and it's a color that I think looks amazing on just about anybody. So here I'm just going in and redefining, kind of blending those two together. And there you have it. There's my finished look. One more quick brush with my brightening powder, and I'll add a little bit more blush just because I've been brushing my face a lot. But that's it. I hope you like it. It's very simple, very classic. There you go. Thank you. Bye.